Have you ever been home alone, only to hear a sound that shouldn't be there? A faint knock, footsteps on the floor above, or even a soft whisper in the silence. These unexplained noises often leave us unsettled. Whether you're a believer in the supernatural or a skeptic looking for logical answers, such experiences raise a simple yet profound question. What do these sounds mean? Today, we'll explore the causes and significance of hearing sounds in your house when no one is around, ranging from scientific explanations to paranormal interpretations. But before we dive in, if you enjoy exploring mysteries and unraveling the unknown, we're your go-to channel. Let's get started. Understanding the types of sounds. Unexplained sounds in a house come in many forms, each carrying its own possible meaning or cause. Footsteps are among the most commonly reported noises and often seem to come from empty rooms or upstairs areas. Some people hear knocking or banging sounds on walls, doors, or floors, which can range from faint and rhythmic to loud and irregular. Whispering or voices, especially when distinct, are particularly eerie and might feel like someone is trying to communicate. Scratching or rustling noises often come from walls or ceilings, and although these sounds frequently signal the presence of pests, they can still feel unsettling. Then there are creaks and groans, especially in older houses, which can sometimes seem too rhythmic or deliberate to be purely structural. Understanding what type of sound you're hearing is the first step toward unraveling its significance. Paranormal interpretations. For centuries, unexplained sounds have been linked to supernatural forces. One common explanation is the concept of residual hauntings. These are thought to be like recordings of past events, playing over and over without any direct interaction with the living. Footsteps, knocks, and faint voices could be tied to significant emotional events that took place in the house long ago. Another interpretation involves intelligent hauntings, where spirits are believed to actively try to communicate. This could explain knocks in response to questions or whispers calling your name. Poltergeist activity is another well-known phenomenon, characterized by loud, disruptive noises and even the movement of objects, often linked to emotional energy in the household. On a more comforting note, some believe these sounds could be visits from spirit guides or deceased loved ones, manifesting through soft whispers or gentle noises to offer reassurance. Paranormal explanations may not convince everyone, but they certainly add a layer of intrigue to the mystery. Psychological factors. The human mind is highly suggestible, and unexplained sounds can sometimes be the result of psychological factors. Stress and anxiety, for instance, can heighten our senses and make us more prone to hearing noises that aren't actually there. Auditory hallucinations, where the brain perceives sound without an external source, are not uncommon and can be triggered by exhaustion or heightened emotions. Hypnagogic and hypnopompic states, which occur when you're falling asleep or waking up, are also prime times for hearing phantom sounds. Many people report hearing voices, knocking, or even music during these transitions between wakefulness and sleep. If you've been exposed to stories about hauntings or paranormal activity, your mind might interpret ordinary household sounds as something sinister. Psychological factors remind us that not every unexplained noise has a mysterious or supernatural origin. It's just our brain filling in the gaps. Scientific explanations. Before considering paranormal or psychological explanations, it's worth exploring the scientific reasons behind these noises. Houses, especially older ones, naturally make sounds as they settle over time. Wood expands and contracts due to temperature changes, resulting in creaks and groans that can sound like footsteps or knocking. Plumbing systems are another common culprit. Water moving through pipes can create knocking, gurgling, particularly if there's air trapped in the system. HVAC systems can also make a range of sounds as ducts expand or contract, or as the system turns on and off. Electrical systems, too, might buzz or click, especially if there are loose connections. Pests like mice, squirrels, or insects can create scratching and rustling noises, particularly in walls or attics. Spiritual and metaphysical perspectives. Beyond the paranormal and scientific, many people turn to spiritual and metaphysical interpretations to explain strange noises in their homes. Some believe these sounds signify shifts in energy, perhaps tied to emotional events or changes in the occupants' lives. Sounds could represent a form of communication from the universe, reflecting the emotional or spiritual state of the household. Others interpret these noises as manifestations of subconscious intentions or thoughts, what some call thought forms, influencing the physical environment. Certain spiritual traditions also believe in elemental spirits tied to natural forces like earth, air, fire, and water. If your house is built near a natural landmark, these spirits might be trying to make their presence known. Whether or not you subscribe to these ideas, they offer an alternative lens through which to view unexplained sounds, often providing comfort and meaning to those who seek it. The role of fear and imagination. Fear and imagination play a significant role in how we perceive and react to unexplained sounds. If you're already feeling anxious, even the smallest noise can seem amplified and threatening. Darkness and silence heighten our senses, making us more attuned to background noises we typically ignore during the day. Stories, movies, and other media about haunted houses can also plant ideas in our minds, leading us to interpret ordinary sounds as something extraordinary. It's important to acknowledge how our own perceptions can influence our experience of these noises. By staying calm and rational, we can often reduce the fear associated with unexplained sounds. Personal stories of unexplained sounds. Hearing sounds when no one is there is a universal experience. Shed light on the diverse interpretations people give to these occurrences. One homeowner reported hearing faint music coming from their basement every night at the same time. Upon researching the house's history, they discovered that a previous owner had been a musician who often practiced late into the night. Another individual, who frequently heard knocking on their bedroom wall, eventually realized it was caused by tree branches brushing against the house in the wind. Not all stories have logical explanations. A woman who consistently heard whispers in her living room at night found no rational cause. These stories highlight the deeply personal nature of these phenomena and the various ways people interpret them. What should you do if you hear strange sounds? If you're experiencing unexplained noises in your home, the first step is to remain calm and rational. Investigate the sounds and look for logical explanations, such as drafts, loose pipes, or structural issues. This can help you identify patterns or triggers. If you suspect a spiritual or paranormal cause, consider cleansing your home with methods like smudging sage or setting up protective crystals. You can also reach out to a spiritual advisor or paranormal investigator for guidance. If the noises are causing you significant anxiety, don't hesitate to consult a psychologist or counselor to address any underlying fears. Taking proactive steps can help you regain a sense of control and peace in your home. Hearing unexplained sounds in your house is an experience that can evoke fear, curiosity, or even comfort, depending on how you interpret it. Whether the cause is paranormal, psychological, scientific, or spiritual, these noises remind us of the mysteries that still exist in our everyday lives. The next time you hear a creak, a whisper, or a knock in the silence, take a moment to reflect, not just on what the sound might be, but on what it means to you. And remember, you're not alone in this experience. If you found this exploration fascinating, make sure to subscribe for more deep dives into the unexplained.